I take a little time to think things over. I don't know if I can face it again. Can't stop now. I'm time or sober to change this lonely life. I wanna know what love is. I want you to show me. I wanna feel what love is.
Hey Jeff,
Hey, how you doing, Jamie? How you doing?
how are ya?
Good, good. Oh my gosh, my hair's all.
Oh, never, Jeff. Look at that. Look at that studio. Look at that compound.
Yeah. Digging that.
Love it. Love it,
Yeah.
Jeff.
All
Well,
right.
listen, thanks so much for joining us. I mean,
Oh,
first of all,
absolutely.
super excited to have you, Jeff. Obviously, past player for legendary Dokken and currently rock giant Foreigner. You know, one of the world's best-selling bands of all time, Jeff. Sales of more than 80 million records. And not only are you doing a really cool thing for the crew and the people that make your live music happen, we'll talk about it, but just one of the coolest guys in rock and roll, Jeff. So stoked to have you on the show.
Well, thank you. Very kind of you.
Absolutely, Jeff. So I mean, let's start with with the housekeeping stuff. Happy holidays, happy New Year.
You.
How's this season been like for you? Different from other years?
Well, different. Obviously the COVID thing. It's been a little bit more. Less no holiday parties, and so missing that whole connection of friendships. There's a lot of friends that uh we really more connect with our household. We do two big parties a year. We do a Christmas party and we do one in the summer around our daughter's birthday, and and we didn't have either this year. So it's those are a lot of people. That's where you catch up with them, is on those things. So not having that has been very noticeable. But we've just turned it into a very quiet, intimate, family Christmas, and we just had a nice little celebration ourselves and
Yeah,
nice meals ourselves. So just trying to look on the bright side. At least I'm home and I'm getting to be with my family, and that's what I try and really center on.
definitely. So I imagine I was gonna ask you what's one of the blessings of 2020 that maybe you didn't expect? Spending time with
Well,
family.
yeah, that would be absolutely the by far and away the biggest one. So getting to spend time with them this whole year, as bad as the whole situation is, and people are dying and all this stuff. But on the blessings side, yeah, I mean, being able to be with my family for a year, I haven't gotten to do that, and I haven't gotten to spend this much time with my family since my daughter was born. So this has been,
Wow.
for that angle, it's been great.
That's great, Jeff. Although, you don't peg me as the kind of guy who's baking breads with your daughters. You're just like this rock giant. I just don't see you making puzzles. But,
Oh,
you know,
I do all that. I love. I mean, playing cards with my daughter, and we play Monopoly, and we play Life, and we play Sorry, and no, I love spending time with my daughter, doing all
that's
sorts of
great.
stuff.
It's
We
great to
listen
hear,
to
Jeff.
all kinds of music together. It's really fun.
Really cool. Cool stuff, Jeff. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the last time that you were on a stage playing a formal show, you were in February 2020 in a packed arena in Mexico City. Um, you know, with Foreigner, 20,000 of your Mexican fans. Uh, what was that experience like, Jeff? Just having
Well,
going
it
from that high to like what happened in a few weeks.
Right. Well, that wasn't the last time we were on stage. The last show we did was March 12th, I believe. Um, but having said that, uh, the show in Mexico City was kind of the highlight. I mean, it was an amazing show. And coming from that into nothing, uh, it's easier than you might think, because
Mm,
kind of when you get to experience a peak like that, then you're ready to take a rest. So,
sure.
you know, I haven't been missing the stage as much as I've been missing playing and interacting with fans, and all the other stuff. Um, the playing part I miss, the traveling part I don't miss, so
Mm,
that's been kind of nice. But you know, somehow, in a weird way, almost feel like this was needed. I mean, I'm not saying it was needed for the world, and I'm not implying that at
right.
all, but but that the rest that we've gotten as a band, because we've been going hardcore for 15 years. I
Yes, you
mean,
guys sure have. Yeah.
so it was, I hate to say it in a weird way for the Foreigner band, it was almost needed. Now with our crew, it's a different story. These guys,
Yes.
this is what they do. That's their whole profession is touring. So for them, it's been a real difficulty, a real hardship, and we're very aware of that. So that's why we're trying to do these things to really try and take care of them and raise some money for them.
Absolutely, Jeff. Let's segue into that. Obviously, a report came out in early December from Polestar. The touring industry lost $30 billion. Of course,
Yeah.
that includes restaurants, hotels, the whole thing. Um, but yeah, like, what was the moment where you looked at the guys, you looked at Kelly and the gang, you guys called each other, and you're like, guys, like, we need to do something for our crew here. What was like that breakthrough moment?
Well, it actually started our production manager, Steven, who's been with us for a while. He he kind of brought it up, and then we all like, yeah, you're right. And, it was like a no-brainer. And that happened several months ago, and that planted the seeds, and here we are.
Yeah, definitely. So just to for my audience, in
Sure.
your on foreigneronline.com, on the web link, there's a special section of special items that are, all the funds are going to all the touring hands and all the folks that help you put on the great shows you do, the
Hmm.
people who live gig to gig, like you say. What are
Hmm.
some of the cool items, Jeff, that you've put in there?
Well, one of them I will show you. Actually, it's a guitar that Breedlove Guitars has donated to us. It's this lovely Discovery model.
Nice.
It's a beautiful guitar. Sounds great, plays great, and I'm going to sign it to whoever wins the auction. So
What a
there's
beauty.
that. There is things from Audix, microphones, Diodario strings, and then we have a lot of these wonderful packages that have like old vintage Foreigner T-shirts in it. We have Foreigner face masks, which we
Nice.
hear are really good at capturing germs, and all sorts of little items. You'll have to just see the different combinations, and they're cool items that people would want. Make great Christmas, make great belated Christmas gifts, whatever you need.
Sure, sure. That's great. We'll be sure to put the link up in the episode description. Until
Thank
when
you.
is it gonna be up, Jeff? Do you know?
I don't know. I mean, as far as the auction and everything, I mean, until the crew get back to work, I mean, I'm sure we're going to keep on doing that, and so I'm sure it's going to go into the spring.
Yeah, definitely till the spring. I definitely, from talking to tour managers and people, it seems like there's some light at the end of the tunnel.
Sure.
Fingers crossed. I'm not jinxing it, but yeah, we still need the help. We still got to go through this last phase. So everybody,
Right.
foreigneronline.com. Absolutely, Jeff. Yeah, speaking of face masks and Foreigner, you guys are going to headline in Orlando in March 23rd and 24th, a socially distanced music festival. Uh,
Yeah.
what have you heard about this? Very interesting logistics. What do you know?
Yeah,
Yeah,
well, I mean, somebody is very cleverly realizing that, maybe for a while they have to reinvent the concert venue. So they have, and it's in a way that is socially distanced and safe. I believe it's at half capacity, so that means, the socially distanced thing can be applied. Um, but you know what? It's people surviving. It's people adapting to what they need to carry on, and we're just excited that we're going to get to do it and get to play. We're really excited to just play. I mean, that's the number one thing. And let's hope that it works. It's safe, and that we can keep on doing things like that.
I love it. I love it, Jeff. Well, listen, let me ask you a couple Foreigner questions. I mean, you've been with the band a long time now, but what are some of the moments, Jeff, still that, like, when you're up on stage, do you still have goosebumps moments where you
Oh
see
yeah.
something, feel something, and you're like, pinch me?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, almost every time we break into the chorus, it feels like the first time. You can
Yeah.
just feel the audience connecting to that, and that's a moment of synergy with the crowd that is really, really special. And yeah, I get a lot of goosebumps from that. I get goosebumps during "I Want to Know What Love Is."
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many times, and there's so many occasions. I mean, that Mexico City show, for instance, was just so wonderful because it was just a big old crowd in an arena, and that's
Mm.
what we live for. So those moments, yeah, I say pinch me on pretty much all those.
Amazing, Jeff. Why do you attribute that your music seems to be aging like wine? Have you noticed more fans are getting on board, more generations? There's more demand than ever. The streams are going up. Why? What is it about Foreigner's music?
I think it's just timeless music. I think it's just they're great songs that were recorded amazing and performed amazing, and they struck a nerve, and that nerve still applies. I mean, when you write a great song, it should stand the test of time, and they have.
They sure have. Absolutely, Jeff. And before I let you go, you've been so generous with your time. I got to ask you about the work you did with George Lynch. You did some amazing covers of Duran
Mm.
Duran. What can you tell us about those?
Yeah, yeah. Right. Well, we did a record this year called Heavy Hitters, and it was basically George had done a project called Kill All Control, and the label,
Mhm.
and he was re-releasing it. And as he was doing that, the label asked him, "Well, can you throw in a cover?" And they wanted him to cover the song "Someone to Love" by Louis Capaldi, which kind of a pop song.
Yeah.
So George called I said, absolutely. So we did it. We got Will Martin to sing on it. It came out fantastic. The label then said, "Wow, we love this. Would you guys want to do a whole record of this?" So we said yes. So the idea was to take hit songs, that was the hit in Heavy Hitters, and do our version of that. Kind of
Yeah.
interpret them in a way that felt good to us. And it was just really fun and really special, and us doing songs that people wouldn't ordinarily associate with us, which I thought was really, really fun. There's some really cool tracks on it. Mark Tureen from the Bullet Boys sings an amazing version of "You Got the Love" by Rufus, which again, a song you wouldn't think of us doing, but
Right.
man, it came
Right.
out amazing and heavy and funky, and it's really cool. So we got that record, and then we're doing another M Machine record that's going to be coming out in April. So George and I recorded 2 records during this whole pandemic.
Ah, I love it. I love it, Jeff. Well, this is great. Listen, what's one of the first things you're gonna do after this pandemic's over, Jeff? When everyone has the vaccine and you go outside your house, what are you gonna do?
Go to a restaurant, I'm sure. I'm sure we're gonna go to a restaurant. You know what? I haven't had date night with the wife for a while, so
Really?
that's gonna be high on the list. Yeah.
Where do you fall on that spectrum, Jeff? Of what does Jeff Pilson of Foreigner fall on the spectrum of, never go out until the vaccine is here or no masks? Like, where do you fall into that?
Oh, I'm pretty cautious.
Yeah.
Uh, I don't understand the thinking of not wearing a mask at all. I mean,
Hmm.
even if you were unsure, wouldn't you err on the side of caution? That's kind of the way I look at it. I mean, if you really don't believe this stuff, okay, but do your neighbors a favor. I mean,
Yeah.
do a little team thinking here, because certainly all the evidence and science points to the fact that it helps. So I don't understand why you wouldn't. So I'm pretty cautious. I mean, like my wife's parents live down the street, uh, and they're in their 70s and 80s, and so you know we try to be really careful around them, but we are around them without masks because we're family. So, and that's about it. We're really good beside that.
Absolutely. Well, Jeff, you've been so generous with your time. Your
Oh,
heart of
my
gold.
pleasure.
Just to you remind folks that foreigneronline.com, the web store,
Yeah,
Jeff Pilson and the guys have set up an amazing, amazing, section where every dollar that you spend is going to go to the security, the sound people, the sound mixing boards, the tour producers, everyone who lives gig to
yeah,
gig, who make
yeah.
the live magic that Foreigner has happen. So
Yeah. Yeah, they have absolutely no industry at all. There's nowhere for them to go right now. So we want to be a helping hand. They're family to us. They're great people. They're talented people. It's not their fault that this happened. So yeah, if you can give, listen, we understand that not everybody can give right now, but if you can give, it's a great cause, and we really appreciate it. So, we all got to hang together in these tough times.
we got to hang together. Jeff Pilson, you've said it all.
Jamie, thank you so
Thank you
much.
so
Real
much.
pleasure.
Happy New Year 2021
Yes,
onwards.
it'll be a better year. We will see
Absolutely.
you live in 2021. Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Bye bye.